Live from KSAT 12, the Night Beat starts right now.
Businesses across San Antonio calling out tonight for shoppers to boost the local economy. Today is Small Business Saturday, a day dedicated to supporting family-owned shops across town. The Night Team's Avery Everett shows us how businesses across the city are using this day to drive in sales.
There are directions behind every drink at the Blend Nutrition and Gym. But owner Natalie Zernick says there's no recipe for running a business.
We were like, what do we do? How do we do any of this?
1 year ago, when they officially opened their own storefront, Zernick says finding where to start was a struggle.
It took us day by day and we figured it out and we're like, here we go. This is our passion. This is what we want to do.
And give a little bit extra flavor.
And as a small business, survival always stays at the top of her mind.
Good.
Just to get people in through the door, I would say was the biggest struggle for us.
So they found their own solutions through celebrating days like Small Business Saturday to boost sales and customer buy-in.
Businesses here tell me any competition, well, it's on the back burner. Even here on the northwest side, Jefferson Bodega has opened up its backyard to support vendors, pushing Small Business Saturday even for the smallest of shops.
It's just great to support each other and just be our own entrepreneurs.
With no brick and mortar of her own, Megan Made It sells her designs through social media.
2 of them take 10 hours and it's just slowly through.
And she relies on pop-ups to get her name out there.
Accessibility and representation is everything.
Small Business Saturday is sandwiched in between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, a day shops all across San Antonio hope could support the local economy.
They know exactly where their money goes. It goes right back into pouring into the community.
We rebranded, and now a year later, we are finally expanding.
As business continues to grow for the Blend,
It's still under progress, but
Zernick says she's writing her own rules for running shop as a small business owner.
we're getting there.
These businesses all say that the support doesn't have to stop when Sunday comes. For more ways to continue the conversation about small businesses, you can head on over to KSAT.com. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
And continue on coverage of Small Business Saturday, 2 holiday markets were held locally to help find holiday gifts for family and themselves. Small businesses braved the cold weather at Woodlawn Lake Park from 10 in the morning to 5 o'clock this evening. They sold handcrafted goods and products with the money going right back to our local economy to help these businesses. A report from Bankrate says this year about 60% of holiday shoppers are likely to choose Small Business Saturday instead of big retailers.
Buying from a small business, we put so much love and energy into everything that we do. It helps us grow and be bigger and help everybody get more affordable, hands-on products that are not mass-produced.
The second market today was in Green near New Braunfels, and they hosted every weekend, also from 10 to 5. The city of San Antonio says shifting just 10% of your shopping dollars to local businesses can boost the economy significantly and help keep local businesses open and thriving.
Yeah, and thankfully it wasn't too bad, although it was a little chilly out there earlier today. We had the overcast, kind of gloomy skies in place across a good chunk of south central Texas, and even a few light spotty showers moving through portions of the Alamo City earlier this afternoon and into the evening. Now, as we head into the overnight hours, I think a few more will be possible, especially through sunrise. Then just a 20% chance for a lingering shower by about 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. Then after that, we see a mid-morning cold front push through the area. You're going to notice that front as it passes you by because it's going to kick up a gusty north wind. After that, we'll start to see those winds subside by Sunday night and into early Monday. But because of that, we've got a few cold mornings in store to kick off early next week, 30s and even some 40s. But we will start to see a bit more sunshine work its way back in. After that, though, a few more changes to talk about. Slightly warmer, but then another chance for some rain by Wednesday night and into Thursday. We're going to time it all out and get you all the details coming up in just a few, Courtney.
So much, Mia. Now to some developing stories we're covering tonight. San Antonio police trying to find the people who shot a homeowner while breaking into a car. This happened just before 3:30 this morning on Bowman Ridge near De Zavala Road. Officers say the homeowner saw 3 men on camera breaking into a car outside. He He went outside with a gun to scare them off, and that's when he was shot. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Police say a person who may have been involved returned to the house and turned himself in, but the other 2 suspects have not been found. Tonight, a man is facing a bunch of charges after San Antonio police say he hit an officer and a police car while driving away from a traffic stop. SAPD says 33-year-old Eduardo Valencia was originally pulled over for running a stop sign. A park police officer got out of his vehicle to talk to Valencia when he allegedly drove off, hitting the officer. Police say he kept driving and hit another SAPD officer who tried to stop him at St. Mary's in East Commerce. Both officers are expected to be okay. Court records show Valencia is now charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault of a public servant, evading arrest, and DWI. Tonight, San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers asking for your help finding the driver of this SUV. According to SAPD, on July 18th, Edgewood ISD police tried to pull over the person driving the Chevy Tahoe. The driver sped off and crashed at the intersection of Banger Street and Maiden Lane. Police say the Tahoe reversed, crashing into the officer's car. SAPD said that's when the suspect pulled out a rifle and shot at the officer before running away. That officer, thankfully not injured. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP. To a dramatic second day of the temporary ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. After releasing 24 hostages on Friday, another 17 were freed today. But as ABC's Chuck Sievertson reports, that wasn't until after Hamas delayed their release.
Hamas releasing 13 more Israelis and 4 more foreigners on Saturday, one day after 24 hostages were freed Friday. Those freed hostages leaving Gaza through the Rafah border crossing, then taken to Israeli hospitals to be reunited with their families. Among those released today, 9-year-old Emily Hand, Hila Rotem, whose mother is still being held by Hamas, and siblings Noam and Alma Or. But the 2 coming home to no parents. Their mother was killed on October 7th, and their father is still being held in Gaza. The 4 foreigners released Saturday were all Thai nationals. As part of the exchange, Israel releasing another 39 Palestinian prisoners. In northern Gaza, Palestinians crowding around trucks filled with much-needed food, drinking water, and medicine as those trucks arrived after several delays. Those deliveries part of the 4-day ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. Hamas delayed Saturday's scheduled hostage release, claiming Israel had violated the terms of the truce deal, alleging the aid deliveries permitted by Israel fell short of what was promised. But eventually Hamas proceeded with the release following mediation by Qatar and Egypt. Meanwhile, Israel's top defense officials said Israeli forces will not leave the Gaza Strip until all of the hostages are returned to Israel. While visiting military commanders in the Gaza Strip, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant warning Hamas militants that any future truce talks would take place under fire. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead on the night beat, is it an abuse of power? A Bexar County Sheriff's deputy accused of flashing his gun while confronting a teenager. KSAT investigates those accusations and if that sheriff's deputy faced any consequences. Plus, the former Minneapolis police officer convicted for the murder of George Floyd stabbed by another inmate in federal prison. The latest on Derek Chauvin's condition and the investigation into what happened. And the hospital system in Texas turning away ambulances after a cybersecurity incident. How long their systems have been down and how long they expect them to be online. Next in your state headlines.
San Antonio, you were there for me, and now we want to do the same for you. When I shared news with you about my miscarriage, I was flooded with your messages of love and support. In fact, some of you even shared your own experiences with pregnancy loss and infertility. I know it's tough, but the one thing I learned from this is that you're not alone. We're not alone. So many people go through this, and that's why on November 30th, we're going to have a town hall here at KSAT that specifically focuses on infertility and pregnancy loss. We're going to have a fertility expert, a doctor, and we're also going to have a therapist. They're going to be here to answer your questions. So here's what you do. You click on this article, scroll all the way down, type in your questions, and then hit submit. We're here for you. And remember, don't suffer in silence.
All right, a number of Texas hospitals are being forced to turn ambulances away because of an apparent cybersecurity incident. A UT Health East Texas spokesperson says the hospital emergency rooms have been unable to accept ambulances since Thanksgiving. That UT Health branch operates 10 hospitals and provides health care to thousands of patients every year. It's unclear when the system will be back online. In the last 9 months alone, cyber attacks have diverted ambulances from hospitals in Connecticut, Florida, Idaho, and Pennsylvania. To politics now. Governor Greg Abbott and Attorney General Ken Paxton are backing opposing candidates in at least 11 Texas House primary races this spring. And both seem to be motivated by political rivalries. Abbott recently endorsed the 58 Texas House Republicans running for re-election who supported his priority school voucher plan. Meanwhile, Paxton has endorsed a handful of candidates challenging incumbent House Republicans who voted to impeach him back in May. This comes after the Texas House voted to remove school vouchers from the House Education bill earlier this month. All right, there are just a few days left in No Shave November, and we're raising money for a good cause. 12 different cancer foundations. If you'd like to donate, just scan the QR code on your screen to learn more. Last year, KSAT raised more than $30,000 to benefit cancer research, treatment, and prevention. And continuing on the theme of giving, from now through December 12th, you can donate a pair of new shoes or socks to the Share the Shoes campaign. It's through the organization Zapatos. You can drop those donations off at any of the 7 SAPD substations. They need shoes and socks for toddlers all the way to adult sizes. We have all the information on KSAT.com. Well, I think this was the perfect drizzly day to maybe stay inside, eat some leftovers, knock it off the couch.
Yep, and start to put up some indoor holiday decorations. Yesterday was a great day for outdoor holiday decorations, but today, yeah, you probably didn't want to head outside too much, especially this afternoon when we did have a few spotty light showers push across portions of South Central Texas. Speaking of which, we're not finished with that spotty rain chance. That's going to continue through the overnight and generally before the sun comes up tomorrow morning. This is what we're looking at right now on radar and in around the San Antonio area. A few isolated showers along and south of the Highway 90 corridor. For the most part in Bexar County, we've got a little bit more of a notable shower that's just crossed over Highway 90 on the far west side, closing in on Petranco. That's going to move closer to the SeaWorld area and eventually Leon Valley as it works farther up to the north as well as the east. And then farther off to our southeast, across the coastal plains near Kennedy, Karn City, even Runge, approaching Yorktown and Cuero. Just a few more isolated light showers, maybe a few sprinkles, more of the same out in Uvalde County, near Uvalde itself and along the Highway 55 corridor closer to Haby Crossing. So we're going to continue to monitor all of this through the overnight. We're going to keep it at about a 30 to 40% potential for a few more showers, again, generally before the sun comes up, which is likely going to make for a damp start to our Sunday. But this is the big picture across the Lone Star State. This is all out ahead of this next cold front. This is what's going to be working into our neck of the woods by mid-morning. You can see more widespread rain near Dallas, Tyler, as well as Texarkana. All of that as that low pressure system continues to work its way eastward while we're sitting in the still chilly 50s right now here in San Antonio. Take a look at Amarillo, below freezing right now, 25 degrees. It's 38 in Lubbock and 44 in Abilene. We are going to see a few cold mornings in the 30s and 40s after this front works its way through. So let's talk about that. But first, here's a look at your futurecast again through the overnight. There's that about 40% potential for a few more light showers to work across portions of the area. By 7 a.m., most of that activity is south of San Antonio. We're going to start to see that boundary work into the Alamo City. In between about 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning, you're going to notice that this front passes you by because after it does so, we're going to see gusty north winds kick back up. In fact, upwards of about 30 miles per hour at times, especially throughout the first half of the day, maybe even gusting upwards of 35 miles per hour. So if you did put up any outdoor holiday decorations already, make sure that those are secured. All right, temperature wise, low 50s expected, about 53 degrees. So a chilly start tomorrow at about 7 a.m. Cloudy skies in place. I think we could actually fall a couple of degrees by mid-morning as we see that front push through. But after that, we are anticipating some clearing into the afternoon. So a few peaks of sunshine is going to help temperatures climb just a little bit. Again, drying out throughout the remainder of the day as well. A high temperature pointed at around 58 degrees for us here in San Antonio. Some low 60s possible, especially the farther south. 60 in Floresville as well as Pleasanton and Poteet. 61 in Sabinal. Mid-50s though up into the hill country for places like Kerrville and Comfort. We mentioned those cold mornings. You are going to want to bundle up as winds start to subside overnight Sunday and into Monday. 30s and 40s expected Monday and Tuesday. So you'll want the coat as you're stepping out for the morning drive. After that, we'll see more sunshine throughout the first half of the week. Low 60s by Tuesday. And then we'll see another weather system move across the Lone Star State. That'll bring with it another decent chance for rain, especially by Thursday and Thursday night. So that's something to check back in on in the coming days, Courtney.
Winter weather, at least in the morning.
I'm excited.
We're very excited. All right, thanks so much, Mia. Mary, you are keeping track of high school football playoff action.
Yes, it was an eventful Friday night of high school football and day for that matter. And today the playoff action continues as area programs try to get past the third round. And Texas A&M plays Jaden Daniels. And you're seeing Coach Popovich later in the show. We'll hear from Coach Popovich as he talks more about the incident last Wednesday. When you see that Mustang statue, you know it's time for John Jay Mustangs football. John Jay fired up and ready to take on the Tigers of Dripping Springs in a 6A D2 regional playoff showdown. Dripping Springs threw an interception in their own red zone, and Jay's Jackson Gutierrez capitalizes, finding his way into the end zone for 6. The Tigers would answer through the air. Jack Williams throws a 47-yard dime to Kyle Coach to tie the game at 7 apiece. After a Jay 3-and-out, Nick Tyndall bounces off defenders and dives for the pylon for another Dripping Springs touchdown. Dripping Springs would go on to win it 50-27, ending John Jay's historic season in the regional round. And in the 5A D2 nightcap, the undefeated Alamo Heights Mules battled the 11-1 Warriors of Piper. The Mules strike first. Colin Ernst's play action pass to Anderson Bogus is placed perfectly for the 14-yard touchdown. The Warriors answered back through the air. Watch closely as Piper's Jake Strachan rips the ball away from Michael Terry for the touchdown. Talk about taking things into your own hands. But Michael Terry would get his revenge, first by running in a touchdown to extend the Mules' lead. Then he snagged an interception in front of Strachan and returned it 40 yards for the pick 6. It was a high-scoring affair. But in the end, Piper takes it by a final 53-46, advancing to the next round. College ball now. Texas A&M and Baton Rouge looking to end the year with a road upset over 14th-ranked LSU. Aggies lead by 3, but on the first drive of the fourth quarter, Jalen Henderson is intercepted by the Tigers' Greg Penn. LSU goes on to take over at its own 39, and 2 plays later, Heisman candidate Jaden Daniels tosses a beautiful ball to Brian Thomas for the touchdown. Under 8 to go, LSU is up 11 until Henderson hits up Max Wright for a 51-yard catch and run to the house. But Daniels just kept dealing. The Aggies fall 42-30. Both teams await bowl bids due out December 3rd. All right, more scores around college football. There are plenty, but 2 key ones. Oklahoma State earns a date in the Big 12 championship game with a double OT win over BYU. And in Big 10 action, Michigan beats Ohio State. OSU threw a pick on the last drive of the game, ruining its chances to walk it off. Well, the UTSA football team came up 1 game short of advancing to the AAC championship game with a 29-16 loss to number 18 Tulane yesterday. The Roadrunners still had a chance to make the conference title game Although coming into today, SMU controlled its own fate and the Mustangs beat Navy to secure the spot. UTSA disappointed with its performance against Tulane. 5 turnovers the Roadrunners had in the defeat.
Extremely. We can't get any more disappointed than we are right now. Worked our tail off to get here. Didn't play well.
It's just a lot. A lot of emotions going into it. We started our season so bad to have a 7-game win streak. To finally ending it right now. The way we play make it look a lot worse on the offensive end.
UTSA now awaits its bowl game fate, and later in the show we'll hear from Texans rookie QB CJ Stroud to find out where his head is at before tomorrow's huge game against the Jaguars, where the division lead is on the line.
It's a big one. It's going to be good.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mary. Coming up next on the Night Beat, the latest on that fiery crash at the U.S.-Canada border, the identities of the people who died, and an update on that investigation. Plus, tired of your phone charging cable breaking? In just a few minutes, we're going to show you what to look for when picking the right charger. A Bexar County Sheriff's deputy assigned to protect Judge Peter Sakai, accused of flashing a gun off duty while confronting a teenager in front of a home.
The whole thing was just out of control. I thought he was going to harm me and my family or something over a guy going slow on me, honking at him.
KSAT investigates Dylan Collier uncovered footage and law enforcement records from a traffic dispute that escalated.
So I was coming home from the store because my mom sent me to get something.
This 17-year-old asked that we call him Kyle to protect his identity. Heading back with groceries late in the evening, July 6th, Kyle says a minivan in front of him was driving less than 10 miles per hour.
And I honked at him, and then he kept on going slower as we were entering the street. So I honked up and I rolled down my window, and I yelled, "F and move," which was pretty stupid. But I was impatient. I was trying to get home.
Surveillance footage obtained by KSAT Investigates shows the van drive past Kyle's home and pull into a neighbor's driveway just as Kyle arrives. Moments later, the van pulls away as a dark-colored SUV stops in front of the house.
He pulled up. He rolled down his window, said, "We have a problem." I said no.
A subsequent Selma police report, which identifies the driver of the SUV as Bexar County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Hunt, states that Hunt showed up to the home because the teenager was honking at his father. Hunt was captured on camera delivering this message to the teen. The report shows the confrontation intensified, with Hunt getting out of his county-registered vehicle and refusing to leave, despite being asked to leave by the teen's mother multiple times. Hunt, according to the report, pulled up his shirt to reveal a silver gun.
He kind of pulled back his jacket and showed that he had a firearm and displayed it, made it apparent, like, calm down or shoot you.
Hunt eventually left after the teen's mother said her husband was in law enforcement. The family then called police. Selma police responded to the home and took a report. Its chief said the agency did not open a case because no criminal offense was committed, and everything was instead turned over to the sheriff's office. The hostile confrontation took place weeks after Hunt was assigned to the security detail for Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai. A spokesman for Judge Sakai declined to make him available for an interview after KSAT refused to fill out a reporter vetting form that asked for questions ahead of time. In a statement, the sheriff's office says Hunt continues to be investigated by Internal Affairs and by its Public Integrity Unit, the division responsible for investigating criminal allegations against BCSO deputies.
This was your first interaction out in the public with law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
How does that make you feel to have this kind of be your introduction to law enforcement?
I know how they're supposed to act, and I think he just took it way too far and was very unprofessional, and he's not supposed to be representing them that way.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Well, tonight, the Minneapolis police officer convicted for the murder of George Floyd is recovering in the hospital after being stabbed in prison. Derek Chauvin was stabbed by another inmate yesterday in an Arizona prison, leaving him seriously injured. The AP reports the prison has been plagued by security lapses and staffing shortages. Right now, Chauvin is serving a 21-year federal sentence for violating George Floyd's civil rights and a 22.5-year state sentence for second-degree murder. This comes after the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear an appeal of Chauvin's murder conviction on Monday. His lawyers claim he did not get a fair trial. Well, the husband and wife who died in the car explosion at the U.S.-Canadian border have been identified. Niagara Falls police say 53-year-old Kurt and Monica Villani from Grand Island, New York, were in the 2022 Bentley when it crashed at Rainbow Bridge on Wednesday. Investigators originally thought it might be a terrorist attack, but now just believe the speeding car hit a curb and the guardrail. The vehicle then went airborne, leading to that fiery crash and dramatic video. The incident led to a massive law enforcement response on a busy travel day, but has now been ruled to have been an accident. Customs and Border Protection reopened the border crossing Thursday night. Well, after the break, you plug in your phone into the outlet, but it doesn't charge. That's just one of the signs you may need a new charger. Find out how to pick one that'll last. That's next. All right, how often does this happen? You unplug your phone from the charger just to find it didn't charge because the cable was broken. So how do you know which ones will last? 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz has test results to see how the cheapies compare to the pricier ones.
Charging cables can take a beating. So how do budget cords from Amazon, Five Below, and Walmart stack up against cords from Apple and Samsung? Consumer Reports bought 7, ranging from $4.88 to $29.
We found the best of the bunch could last more than 6 years, while the worst may not even make it 6 months.
They estimate we all bend and twist our cords 5 times a day. So using that number, they then calculated how many bends and twists a cord would have to endure to last a year and a half.
They did that using this motorized rig to repeatedly bend one end into a 90-degree angle until it stopped working. Then the rig twisted each cord more than 2,500 times.
All the cords passed the twist test, but only 2 passed the bend test.
The cords that did the worst, the Bitech USB-C cord from Five Below died before 710 bends. And the Lightning cords from Amazon Basics and Walmart's On brand died before 796 bends. Walmart's On USB-C cord did better, hanging on twice as long. The ones that did the best were Apple's Lightning cord for iPhones 5 through 14 and Amazon Basics USB-C cord for the iPhone 15, Android's laptops and tablets. Both survived more than 11,000 bends, meaning they could last you more than 6 years.
The bottom line here, you can't always rely on brand or price or something like thickness when choosing a charging cord.
That's because Apple's $29 cord and Amazon Basics' $6 cord did the best. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
I have a bone to pick with some chargers I've had. All right, retailers welcome Black Friday's traditional start of holiday sales, but might be anticipating Cyber Monday even more. Adobe Analytics is predicting $12 billion in revenue for the upcoming online shopping-focused day. That's expected to outpace Black Friday spending. So-called Cyber Week, which also includes Thanksgiving and Black Friday, is expected to generate more than $37 billion in online sales. That would make a 5.5% increase for the same week last year.
My thing with chargers, yeah, exactly. My thing with chargers, though, I always forget them places. Like if I take them somewhere, like my friend's house or something, and I'm like, oh, I need to charge my phone.
And then you need to buy the cheapies, and they don't work as well.
Exactly. It's just a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But yes, today was a great day to kind of stay inside with the overcast skies in place. It actually was a cooler than average day by 10 degrees because of that. And of course, the light shower activity that we had this afternoon and evening as well. 51 degrees, the low temperature was 59 this afternoon. That's all we were able to do in terms of our high temperature, again 10 degrees below the average for this time of year. A good chunk of the area staying in the 50s. Kerrville, Hondo, Uvalde, Rock Springs. Gonzales, though, did manage to climb into the mid 60s. It was 62 in Cotulla and 61 in Carrizo Springs. Now, as of right now, temperatures have not been able to fall a whole lot because of the cloud cover still in place. We're in the 50s, and yes, still a few low 60s out there as well. We've got got a cold front that moves in tomorrow. Yes, that does look to spark up a gusty north wind for the back half of the weekend's plans, but also bring with us some colder temperatures. We'll talk all about it coming up in just a few.
I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the fronts. I know I'm having allergies, but I got that rasp going on.
Well, and so that's a good point to bring up, though, because mountain cedar showed up early this year. This past week, we had our first mountain cedar reading of the season.
Boo.
And I know, big boo from everybody, a collective boo, because we're going to see another front move in tomorrow, and that likely is going to cause more mountain cedar to work in for the start of the upcoming week. So I'm glad you brought that up, Courtney. That's something we'll continue to monitor when it comes to the pollen count here over the next several days. All right, looking ahead to the back half of the weekend, again, we are still expecting some spotty light showers in spots through the overnight. So wherever we do find those, likely is going to make for a damp start to our Sunday. But then we see that cold front move in between about 7 to 9 a.m. here in San Antonio. After that, it's going to be windy. Wind gusts upwards of about 30 to even 35 miles per hour throughout the first half of the day, and then starting to subside into the afternoon. Into the early portions of the upcoming week, cold mornings then follow 30s and 40s. We will see a bit more sunshine into the afternoon. Late week, though, that's when we're expecting another chance for some rain and another weather maker to work in to the Lone Star State. So again, here's the latest with the isolated showers that we have in place right now. We were monitoring that more notable shower out on the far west side. That is now crossed over 1604, moved across Culebra. That's pushing over Bandera Road as we speak near Leon Valley. That's going to continue to work closer to Oakland Estates here over the next 15 minutes and closing in on the I-10 corridor up on the northwest side. A very light shower just north of St. Hedwig out there in far eastern Bexar County, and another little splash of rain approaching Brackenridge High School near downtown there as well. And of course, we're still monitoring these spotty light showers across our far southeastern counties near the Highway 181 corridor. It's not going to be for everybody overnight, but we've got that 30 to 40% potential for a few more light showers to work across the area. Then by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, a few more possible, especially south of San Antonio and across the coastal plains. We're already seeing that front work into the region. It's cleared the hill country by 7 a.m. That will continue to work its way farther off to the south. Winds pick up, but I do think we will see a few peaks of sunshine into the afternoon, helping temperatures warm into the upper 50s. It will still be a cool day for us here in San Antonio. The parent area of low pressure that's going to drag that front into the region is sitting across the central plains right now. You can see even some snow working across the upper Midwest. We've got winter storm warnings in place in Kansas. Winter weather advisory stretching up towards Chicago as well as Omaha. Check out temperatures in the mid-20s in those places. Casper, Wyoming right now, 14 to 15 degrees. It is not going to get anywhere near that cold for us here in South Central Texas. But again, we do have those cold mornings in place Monday and into Tuesday, 30s and 40s expected before we start to warm things up ever so slightly into the second half of the week. But of course, before we can get there for your Sunday, starting off around 53 degrees with the cloud cover, then we'll see that front move through by mid-morning. A few peaks of sunshine into the afternoon, highs climbing into the upper 50s. Expect gusty north winds upwards of 30 to 35 miles per hour. You'll want the coat Monday and into Tuesday morning. Sunshine warming us into the low 60s by Tuesday. And then after that, we'll see another low pressure system work across the state, bringing with it a chance for some scattered rain by Wednesday night and into Thursday.
See if I can even speak tomorrow.
We'll see. Check back in.
Tune in just to see me try to read a script. All right. Thank you, Mia. All right, Barry, a big day for CJ Stroud tomorrow.
Yes, CJ Stroud in his first year has put the Texans in position to lead the AFC South halfway through the season. Tomorrow, Houston welcomes Jacksonville to town. Plus, the Spurs fell to the Warriors last night, and does Coach Pop regret telling fans not to boo Kawhi? Of course not. Coming up after the break. The San Antonio Spurs didn't completely fold under pressure against the Warriors last night. Jetty Osman made it a one-possession ball game with 21 seconds left. But Steph Curry, who finished with 35 points and 7 three-pointers, kept San Antonio from getting any closer as the Spurs dropped their 11th straight game. Long-range shooting was the problem for the Silver and Black in the loss. 25% from three for San Antonio compared to Golden State's 47%. Tomorrow at 7, the Spurs visit the defending champion Nuggets for the first time this year. Now, a couple of days removed from an eventful Wednesday, head coach Greg Popovich was asked if he regrets asking Spurs fans mid-game to stop booing former Spur Kawhi Leonard. His answer, absolutely not.
I felt sorry for him. And I was embarrassed for our city, for our organization. Now, don't get me wrong, our fans, they've been great. They've supported us all this time. That was kind of a one-off that night. But it's kind of an indication of the world we live in today. I mean, it was hateful. It was really disrespectful. And then on a practical level, it hurts us more than it hurts them because it just pokes the bear and makes him want to stick it to you even harder, and that hurts your team. So it doesn't make any sense. It's unwise. So on every level, I have no regrets whatsoever.
All right, the college football regular season wraps up tonight, and it'll be Texas and Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship game. Yesterday, UT crushed Texas Tech 57-7 to clinch a spot in the conference title game. The Longhorns are 11-1 and 6-0 since their Red River rivalry loss to Oklahoma. And today, the Cowboys beat BYU in double overtime to lock in their position to play for the conference championship. OSU and UT will face off December 2nd at AT&T Stadium.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
The Houston Texans and Jacksonville Jaguars meet tomorrow for a Week 12 matchup that has major AFC South implications. Houston beat the Jaguars 37-17 on the road in Week 3, and a win tomorrow would move the Texans into first place in the division. Entering the week, C.J. Stroud and the Texans are on a 3-game win streak, while the Jags are undefeated on the road this season.
Yeah, Jacksonville team we knew was a really good team. Just had played the Chiefs and played them hard. And at that time, we were just desperate for a win, really. Just wanted to play as hard as we could and was able to get a dub, but that wasn't easy. They were a really good team, and we know that they're going to even bring it this week, too. So it's hard to beat a team twice, so we got to be on our A game, got to execute at a high level and handle the things that they do and focus on our execution. But, yeah, that team is very solid, from D-line and backers to DBs to people they bring in, they sub. They're really solid all around on defense and offensively, so we got to be able to execute and put points on the board.
It'll be a really good game. The two kick off at noon tomorrow at NRG Stadium. The Cowboys played on Thursday, and they don't play again until this upcoming Thursday.
Okay, tomorrow's game will have a lot of eyes then.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Mary. And we'll be back right after the break. As we all know, San Antonio always goes all out for the holidays, and now we're making it a little easier for you to see some lights. Right now on KSAT.com, we have got a full list of places you can go to see holiday festivities. That includes the Zoo, Windcrest, and the South Pole. You can read all about it. Just look for the article.
Exciting with the holidays. All right, it is going to feel like the holidays, especially Monday and Tuesday mornings in the 30s and 40s after we see that front move in. Tomorrow, again, a few light showers possible overnight, and the wind's the big story for our Sunday.
Ooh, so excited. Not about the wind, but definitely about those low winter temperatures.
Yes.
Thanks so much for sticking around with us, and we will see you tomorrow. GMSA starts early tomorrow at 6.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. It is 6 o'clock this morning. Thanks so much for starting your Sunday with us.
Good morning.
So yesterday, did you make it out and about after work?
No, I stayed in.
Okay.
But it was good stay-in weather, and we did all of the decorations inside.
Nice.
Yeah, and it felt cozy. I remember it was like 3 o'clock, and I was like, oh, it's probably almost 5. No, it was 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Because it was like drizzly and kind of dreary outside.
Yeah, never mind the fact that we wake up at 3 o'clock. But hey, you know, it really was a very cozy day yesterday. In my neck of the woods, I got some rain, and there are some spotty showers moving through right now, but this is all ahead of a cold front, which is going to shake up our weather a little bit. Take a look outside right now. You can see a few light rain showers moving through San Antonio and down near Pleasanton as well. In Floresville, we've got some light rain early this morning moving through Hondo. These are all spotty showers ahead of a cold front, which is currently moving through the hill country. Here's a look at some of these temperatures. Take a look at Junction, 46, so about 10 degrees cooler than San Antonio right now. It's 57 in New Braunfels and 57 in Hondo, but a wider view across the state really shows you that cold core of air. Take a look up in Amarillo and in Lubbock, well below freezing. Now, we're not going to get below freezing here in San Antonio, but we are going to see temperatures cool pretty much all week long. Temperatures in the 50s today. It's going to be mostly cloudy, but a big thing I want to talk about with that front moving through, it is going to be windy. We are going to see north gusts up to about 30-35 miles per hour today. So all those lightweight Christmas decorations, if you got an early start on decorating outside, they may be taken away by the wind a little bit if they're fairly lightweight. But coming up in the forecast, we're going to spend quite a bit of time talking about travel trouble spots across the nation. And if you're hitting the roads, or if your family members are hitting the roads across Texas, I've got a couple of things that we should be on the lookout for. So full forecast, detailed forecast for you, including some cold mornings in the week ahead coming up. Sarah, Max.
Thank you, Sarah. 41 hostages freed in the first 2 days of the ceasefire between Israel and the terrorist organization Hamas. Now, Hamas releasing 24 hostages on Friday. We told you about that when it happened. And then yesterday, another 17. Remember that these people have been held since October 7th.
But the second release almost didn't happen after Hamas said it was going to delay. ABC's Mark Rimald explains.
Hamas releasing 13 more Israelis and 4 more foreigners on Saturday, one day after 24 hostages were freed Friday. Those freed hostages leaving Gaza through the Rafah border crossing, then taken to Israeli hospitals to be reunited with their families. Of the 13 Israeli detainees released Saturday, 8 were ages 18 and under, including one as young as 3, according to the Israeli Prime Minister's office. The 4 foreigners released Saturday were all Thai nationals. As part of the exchange, the International Committee of the Red Cross said it facilitated the release of 33 Palestinian detainees from Israel to the West Bank. In northern Gaza, Palestinians crowding around trucks filled with much-needed aid. 61 trucks were delivered with food, water, and emergency medical supplies, according to the United Nations Office of Humanitarian Affairs. There were also 11 ambulances delivered to the Al-Shifa hospital to help with evacuations. Those deliveries part of the 4-day ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas. Hamas delayed Saturday's scheduled hostage release, claiming Israel had violated the terms of the truce deal, alleging the aid deliveries permitted by Israel fell short of what was promised. But eventually Hamas proceeded with the release following mediation by Qatar and Egypt. Mark Remillard, ABC News, New York.
This morning, San Antonio police are searching for a man last seen on Friday on the north side. 44-year-old Carlos Nadal is described as being right-handed with straight, top-length hair, missing 2 front teeth, and has been diagnosed with multiple medical conditions. Police say he was wearing khaki pants, glasses, and a black sweatshirt with an eagle on the front of it at the time of his disappearance. If you have any information, you're asked to call this number on your screen right there, 210-207-7660.
Well, this morning, a man now facing several charges after San Antonio police tell us he hit an officer and a police vehicle, all while trying to evade a traffic stop. So take a look. SAPD telling us 33-year-old Eduardo Valencia originally pulled over fronting a stop sign. A park police officer got out of the vehicle trying to talk to the suspect, Valencia. That's when Valencia allegedly drove off, hitting that park officer. Now, police say he kept driving, hit another SAPD officer who tried to stop him on St. Mary's in East Commerce, right around the corner from KSAT. Both officers are expected to be okay. They're both recovering. Valencia, though, he was eventually caught, charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault of a public servant, evading arrest, and on top of that, DWI.
San Antonio Police and Crime Stoppers are asking for your help finding the driver of this SUV that's on your screen right now. According to police, on July 18th, Edgewood ISD police tried to pull over the person driving this white Chevy Tahoe. The driver sped off and crashed at the intersection of Banger Street and Maiden Lane. Police say the Tahoe reversed, crashing into the officer's car. SAPD said that's when the suspect pulled out a rifle and shot at the officer before running. The officer was not injured. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers. That number on your screen at the top, 210-224-STOP.
All right, November is coming to an end, but that doesn't mean the giving season has to stop. We are doing No Shave November here at KSAT.
Oh my gosh, Max, you really pulled ahead.
So yesterday, look, we have asked our GMSA Weekend family and you guys, the viewers, our family,
the best.
You are the best. You have answered the call. And I'm not going to lie, I take a lot of pride in the fact that more than 100 donations, it's not necessarily large donations, just a grassroots movement.
Grassroots movement.
We've seen people donate $1, $2. So if you can, step up, help out. But I want to give a lot of credit to everyone else on the leaderboard, too. Mike Osterhage, per usual, coming in hot.
Always bringing the competition.
He's far from done. You know he's going to get a big donation like November 30th.
He gets the big donations.
Of course, Justin Horn, who actually helped organize and is our captain this year. And then Mark and Steven, our GMSA comrades. So if you can, step up, help out. You still have time. Pull out the phone, scan the QR code on the screen. If you can just donate $1, it can mean so much to so many families that we're trying to help.
Also, from now through December 12th, you can donate a pair of new socks or shoes to the Share the Shoes campaign. It's through the organization Zapatos. You can drop off those donations at any of the 7 SAPD substations. They need shoes, socks, sizes from toddlers to adults. We have all that information on our website at ksat.com.
Well, there's a building in development in the heart of San Antonio's west side that really holds the unique culture and diverse experiences of our community.
Tiffany Huertas takes us to the west side's first museum that aims to preserve the Mexican-American history of San Antonio.
The west side of San Antonio is filled with rich culture, arts, and tradition. And at the corner of Guadalupe and South Colorado, a special project will hold some of the community's history.
We are going to focus the history on the people who have made San Antonio, the Mexican-American of this city, who have toiled, have worked really hard, have been subjugated to discrimination and redlining, but still, with all that, we have survived and we have thrived.
The Esperanza Peace and Justice Center, that's been around for almost 37 years, is behind the Museo del West Side.
We have accumulated so much history.
The executive director, Graciela Sanchez, shows us where those stories will be stored, right here in what used to be Ruben's Ice House.
That history is also going to include the culture, the music, the sounds, the smells of what it was 100 plus years ago, probably up to the 1960s, where we were also organizing around the civil rights, el movimiento, the Chicano movement.
The museum will hold photos and items featuring families and individuals who made a big impact in this community. In the building next door, stories from the west side already cover the walls.
Diana Rosa is the daughter of Rosita Fernandez, who was one of the most important singers of San Antonio. And in the next week or so, she's going to donate one of her mother's beautiful dresses.
Sanchez says this is all possible thanks to community donations, the city, and another organization.
As we got schematics, architectural designs, we were able to go to the city of San Antonio, the tax increment refinance zone. So we're part of the West Side TERS, and we've gotten money from them. And then the Mellon Foundation in New York City.
You can visit the museum for free. It's expected to open in May of 2024.
We are surrounded by an elementary school that's just across the street, by a junior high school that's 3 blocks away, and by a high school that's 4 blocks away. They don't know the history of this neighborhood. If it's not going to be in the curriculum, then we are going to be part of that curriculum, and they can learn it Monday through Sunday.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Time now, 6:10, 58 degrees.
Still ahead if you and the family want to head to the movies this weekend. There's some good films coming out. We have a preview of those new films out for the holiday season.
And look, we talk about it all the time. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy. Yesterday, Small Business Saturday. Local businesses asking people step up, help out, support, shop local. How they're using this weekend to bring in big sales.
56 degrees at 6:10 this morning. You may have had a shower or two, light shower or two in your area yesterday. I did. I know Sarah Spivey said she did. Will we have more showers in the future? And we have a cold front coming in. Sarah will explain all this when we come back.
Good morning and welcome back. So businesses across San Antonio calling out this morning for customers to shop local. Yesterday, as we told you, we brought it to you here, Small Business Saturday, a day dedicated to supporting family-owned shops across our community.
It's built in between, of course, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Businesses say support for small shops doesn't have to end on Saturday.
True.
So our Avery Everett shows us how businesses across the city are using this weekend to drive up in sales.
There are directions behind every drink at the Blend Nutrition and Gym. But owner Natalie Zernick says there's no recipe for running a business.
We were like, what do we do? How do we do any of this?
1 year ago, when they officially opened their own storefront, Zernick says finding where to start was a struggle.
It took us day by day and we figured it out and we're like, here we go. This is our passion. This is what we want to do.
And give a little bit extra flavor.
And as a small business, survival always stays at the top of her mind.
Good.
Just to get people in through the door, I would say was the biggest struggle for us.
So they found their own solutions through celebrating days like Small Business Saturday to boost sales and customer buy-in.
Businesses here tell me any competition, well, it's on the back burner. Even here on the northwest side, Jefferson Bodega has opened up its backyard to support vendors, pushing Small Business Saturday, even for the smallest of shops.
It's just great to support each other and just be our own entrepreneurs.
With no brick and mortar of her own, Megan Made It sells her designs through social media.
2 of them take 10 hours and it's just slowly through.
And she relies on pop-ups to get her name out there.
Accessibility and representation is everything.
Small Business Saturday is sandwiched in between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, a day shops all across San Antonio hope could support the local economy.
They know exactly where their money goes. It goes right back into pouring into the community.
We rebranded, and now a year later, we are finally expanding.
As business continues to grow for the Blend,
it's still under progress, but
Zernick says she's writing her own rules for running shop as a small business owner.
We're getting there.
These businesses all say that the support doesn't have to stop when Sunday comes. For more ways to continue the conversation about small businesses, you can head on over to KSAT.com. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
All right, so are you guys done with the Christmas shopping?
Not even close.
Okay.
No, not even started. You're done.
Done?
I
We're
came
good
for
to
you.
go. Oh, yeah.
What'd you get us?
Well, I can't tell you yet, although I do love the earrings.
Thanks. I've got my little cat earrings.
Aw.
Yeah, remind me of my cat Nora there. But hey, yesterday was a great day to kind of like stay inside or shop small if you wanted to. But today is going to be very windy, guys. We're starting off with some areas of rain, but that's a little deceiving because after the front moves through, all of our rain chances are going to be done for the day. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at the radar. There's an isolated shower moving through Bexar County right now, kind of south in downtown near Brackenridge High School, moving through Highland Park and close to Mission San Juan at the moment, just inside of Loop 410 there. And then further on down south, there's a few showers moving through areas like Pleasanton and Jourdanton, just south of Jourdanton and Pleasanton, and moving through Poth right now. Floresville, you just got a quick shower. This is going to be in Falls City within the next 30 minutes or so. And again, a wider view, a few isolated showers also near Hondo and Gonzales early this morning. But this is all ahead of the front that's moving through that's going to help to really clear things out for us and make it very windy. Right now it's 56 degrees, but our forecast high for the day is only 59. And that's because we are going to be seeing temperatures fall pretty quickly here behind this front. Take a look at the weather setup across the nation. I want to transition and talk a little bit about travel, a big travel day. Across the state of Texas, rain is not really going to be a major factor. There might be a few showers south of San Antonio and east of San Antonio, but it's going to be fairly quiet as far as the weather goes across the state. Totally different story when you look to the north and to the east here. This is that big system that's bringing the front through San Antonio. Snowfall, winter weather all across areas like Chicago, the Great Lakes. A lot of airports going to be dealing with this kind of weather today. Now, at the moment, no major airport delays, but it is early in the day. We'll wait and keep track of this for you. You can see that there's also some storminess also near the Gulf Coast states as well. But behind this front, temperatures are much colder, 21 degrees in Amarillo, 25 in Lubbock. We're not going to get down to freezing here in south central Texas, but we will have a few mornings in the 30s because of this front. So this front is moving through the hill country right now. It's kicking up those winds from the north, and this is a big factor for the day today. Windy conditions. I mentioned that there's not going to be too much in the way of weather on the roads, but those winds will be a factor if you're traveling on east-west roads like I-10. Out toward Houston, it's going to be windy. Up toward Dallas, though, partly cloudy and cool. Down toward Laredo, just cloudy on your trip down to Laredo and Corpus Christi, as well as near the Rio Grande Valley. Now, the Rio Grande Valley, you might run into a few showers early this morning. Otherwise, the winds are going to be the big factor. And here in San Antonio, we're going to see wind gusts of up to 30 to 35 miles per hour this morning. By the evening, winds will calm, but it's still going to be a pretty windy day. So keep that in mind as you're planning your day. Let me take you through your KSAT 12-hour forecast. Temperatures pretty much holding steady in the 50s today behind the front. Take a look at these winds. Steady from the north at 15 to 25, gusting up to 35 miles per hour. It's going to be mostly cloudy and windy. A few peaks of sunshine, 59 for the high, cooling down quickly this evening with temperatures falling into the 40s by 9 p.m. Highs in your neighborhood, 62 in Del Rio, 64 Carrizo Springs, 62 Cotulla, 62 in Hondo, 55 in Kerrville, 57 in Canyon Lake. Here's a look at that forecast for you. Cold mornings. Take a look at these mornings. 40 on Monday and 39 on Tuesday. Highs are going to stay in the 50s and 60s pretty much all week long. We do warm up into the 70s by the weekend. Hey, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to talk about that next chance for rain on Thursday. Scattered showers likely to develop. More news for you after the break.
Morning, welcome back. So Marty Krofft, creator of many TV shows for children, died at the age of 86. Krofft co-produced iconic children's TV shows like HR, Puff and Stuff, Land of the Lost, and The Brady Bunch Hour. Now, Kraft died of kidney failure, according to his representatives, died in California, surrounded by friends and family.
Rolling Stones hitting the road with a 16-stop stadium tour in the new year. Mick Jagger, who is, we said 80?
80 years old, looks great.
Way to go, Mick Jagger. Keith Richards and Ronnie Wood are kicking off their concert series on April 28th. Hey, not too far from us in Houston. Tickets go on sale December 1st. This tour supports Hackney Diamonds, the legendary rocker's first new album since 2005. We need to look up how old Keith Richards and Ronnie Wood are.
It's amazing how they're still thriving. We were talking about it in the break.
Right. I mean, hey.
I don't like they
the
look
80s
exactly,
are the new 60s.
Apparently. I mean, they look exactly the same for the last 30 years.
Well, goals.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, we just need all that money. Time now, 6:24, 56 degrees.
A variety of new movies are coming out this holiday season. We'll have a peek at some of them after the break.
3, 2, 1. There's something for every movie fan this holiday season.
I must warn you, I will not lead a second in command.
Two big stars will play two big historical figures. Napoleon stars Joaquin Phoenix as the French general and emperor, and Maestro features Bradley Cooper as the legendary composer Leonard Bernstein. Cooper also directed the film.
Maestro is Bradley Cooper's directorial follow-up to A Star is Born. Obviously, A Star is Born was a huge hit, so we'll see, does he have what it takes in his sophomore outing?
he took my sister away from me.
One of the most anticipated movies this season is The Color Purple from producers Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey, who starred in the 1985 version.
The Broadway musical, which is based on the Alice Walker book, and turning it into a movie musical with Taraji P. Henson, Daniel Brooks, Coleman Domingo, her. We're talking about really a huge cast. Fantasia. Everyone loves Fantasia.
My name is Willy Wonka.
For families, there's Wonka, starring Timothée Chalamet as the famous chocolate maker.
Last night, I made a wish.
And Wish from Disney.
Really is the origin story of the wishing star. We all know that star of Disney. So it's Ariana DeBose, obviously a gorgeous voice. Chris Pine. This is a movie for family and kids.
For superhero movie fans, there's Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom starring Jason Momoa. And move over Taylor Swift, there's another performer you may have heard of who will be on the big screen everywhere in December.
Beyonce's Renaissance is going to be a huge hit.
The Washington boat has taken the lead.
Other movies to look out for this holiday season are The Boys in the Boat from director George Clooney and The Iron Claw starring Zac Efron. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday. It is 6:33 this morning. It's funny. They were like, you should probably take your coffee cup. We're real people. We need coffee to start the day. There you go. We're like you. If I don't have my coffee before 6 a.m., like, I'm probably not
I'm not even breathing.
No.
I'm not even breathing. Yeah.
All right, so Sarah Spivey, what is your caffeine drink of choice? Nice.
Get it, girl.
There you go.
Just black coffee.
Heck yeah. Start off
Fuels the day. And it is a day across South Central Texas. In Texas, a lot of people are going to be hitting the road. Take a look at, oh, excuse you. Sorry. I mean, bless you. Not excuse you. All right, it's still early. I need more of that coffee. Okay, as you can see, 37 at Southeast Military. We have got some wet roads out there from some areas of rain. A shower moving through southern San Antonio, right on that 410 loop there through areas of 37. And you can see even some light rain showers out near Divine and Hondo. Poth, Falls City also getting some of that rain. This is all ahead of a front, which is going to be moving through today, really making it pretty windy. Here's a look at where that front is right now. Colder air behind that front with temperatures in the 40s, and we are not going to get in the 40s, but we are going to be seeing temperatures in the 50s during the day today, with winds gusting up to about 30 miles per hour. 40s later on tonight, though. After about sunset, we're going to be dipping down into the 40s for that morning, low tomorrow morning as well. But the big story is windy conditions out there for us. Turning windy today with gusts up to 30 to 35. Cold mornings in the week ahead, even dipping into the 30s, and cool afternoons. We're going to struggle to get out of the 50s for most of the week. And then I do want to talk about our next rain chance, which will be arriving on Thursday. A lot to unpack in the forecast, plus a look nationwide to see how things are going travel-wise, coming up in just a bit. Sarah and Max. Sarah, thank you. A Bexar County Sheriff's deputy assigned to protect Judge Peter Sakai is accused of flashing a gun off-duty while confronting a teenager in front of a home.
The whole thing was just out of control. Like, I thought he was going to harm me and my family or something over a guy going slow and me honking at him.
KSAT investigates. Dylan Collier uncovered footage and law enforcement records from a traffic dispute that escalated.
So I was coming home from the store because my mom sent me to get something.
This 17-year-old asked that we call him Kyle to protect his identity. Heading back with groceries late in the evening, July 6th, Kyle says a minivan in front of him was driving less than 10 miles per hour.
And I honked at him, and then he kept on going slower as we were entering the street. So I honked and I rolled down my window, and I yelled, "F and move," which was pretty stupid. But I was impatient. I was trying to get home.
Surveillance footage obtained by KSAT Investigates shows the van drive past Kyle's home and pull into a neighbor's driveway just as Kyle arrives. Moments later, the van pulls away as a dark-colored SUV stops in front of the house.
He pulled up. He rolled down his window, said, "We have a problem." I said no.
A subsequent Selma police report, which identifies the driver of the SUV as Bexar County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Hunt, states that Hunt showed up to the home because the teenager was honking at his father. Hunt was captured on camera delivering this message to the teen. The report shows the confrontation intensified, with Hunt getting out of his county-registered vehicle and refusing to leave, despite being asked to leave by the teen's mother multiple times. Hunt, according to the report, pulled up his shirt to reveal a silver gun.
He kind of pulled back his jacket and showed that he had a firearm and displayed it, made it apparent, like, calm down or shoot you.
Hunt eventually left after the teen's mother said her husband was in law enforcement. The family then called police. Selma police responded to the home and took a report. Its chief said the agency did not open a case because no criminal offense was committed, and everything was instead turned over to the sheriff's office. The hostile confrontation took place weeks after Hunt was assigned to the security detail for Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai. A spokesman for Judge Sakai declined to make him available for an interview after KSAT refused to fill out a reporter vetting form that asked for questions ahead of time. In a statement, the sheriff's office says Hunt continues to be investigated by Internal Affairs and by its Public Integrity Unit, the division responsible for investigating criminal allegations against BCSO deputies. This was your first interaction out in the public with law enforcement?
Yes, sir.
How does that make you feel to have this kind of be your introduction to law enforcement?
I know how they're supposed to act, and I think he just took it way too far and was very unprofessional, and he's not supposed to be representing them that way.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Well, it seems like there's been a lot of mall shootings recently, and we have another one to tell you about, this one unfolding near Houston. One person injured after gunshots fired in a Katy Mills Mall parking lot. So all of this information from our sister station, KPRC in Houston. Now, Katy police saying one person is in custody. Unclear if the person was injured, was hurt from the gunshot or something else. Now, police say the shooting happened after a disturbance between two groups of people around 9 last night. This investigation is ongoing, so stay with us on air and online as more information is expected to become available.
Russia has reportedly launched its largest drone attack against Ukraine's capital of Kyiv since the start of its invasion. Local officials say more than 40 drones were intercepted in a recent attack. With recent waves of drones coming from different directions, Ukraine's Air Force said the capital was the main target. Several buildings caught fire, dozens of residential buildings and over 100 establishments were left without power. At least 2 people were injured. This was the 4th drone attack on Kyiv this month.
Well, back here at home, Thanksgiving is over, but the giving season is just beginning. So many families in and around San Antonio who just need a little bit more of support this holiday season. That's why coming up at 8 a.m., we are joined by the president and CEO of the San Antonio Food Bank, talking about the reasons for this persistent need around San Antonio and how you can step up and help out. If you have any questions that you would like to ask, you can submit them right now. Just head to the leading essay section of KSAT.com. Then join us, 8 a.m. Time now, 6:40, 56 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA, an accident leads to one man's winning lotto ticket. Ooh, we'll tell you how one Illinois man had luck on his side.
That's the kind of accident I need. All right. Cheap chargers versus expensive ones. That's something we talk about in our household all the time. We're going to take a look at the differences between both, and are they actually worth the money?
I always get an expensive one. You? What's your argument? What side are you? Cheap?
I go cheap.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see.
56 degrees at 6:40. Some light showers around our area. But we have some more throughout the day and a cold front on the way. Sarah Spivey will explain when we come back.
Charging cables can take a beating. So how do budget cords from Amazon, Five Below, and Walmart stack up against cords from Apple and Samsung? Consumer Reports bought 7, ranging from $4.88 to $29.
We found the best of the bunch could last more than 6 years, while the worst may not even make it 6 months.
They estimate we all bend and twist our cords 5 times a day. So using that number, they then calculated how many bends and twists a cord would have to endure to last a year and a half.
They did that using this motorized rig to repeatedly bend one end into a 90-degree angle until it stopped working. Then the rig twisted each cord more than 2,500 times.
All the cords passed the twist test, but only 2 passed the bend test.
The cords that did the worst, the Bitech USB-C cord from Five Below died before 710 bends, and the Lightning cords from Amazon Basics and Walmart's On brand died before 796 bends. Walmart's On USB-C cord did better, hanging on twice as long. The ones that did the best were Apple's Lightning cord for iPhones 5 through 14 and Amazon Basics USB-C cord for the iPhone 15, Androids, laptops, and tablets. Both survived more than 11,000 bends, meaning they could last you more than 6 years.
The bottom line here, you can't always rely on brand or price or something like thickness when choosing a charging cord.
That's because Apple's $29 cord and Amazon Basics' $6 cord did the best. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
I go Amazon Basics.
Apple.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I do
Really
too.
bringing it in, aren't you? What'd you say?
I do too.
Okay.
I do too. But I have one charger and I move it throughout the house.
Oh, no.
So I'm annoying like
we
that.
have
yet.
one in, well, we only have 2 rooms, but we have one in each room.
So you have 2.
Yeah, we have 2
That's
chargers.
great.
They're keeping proud.
Hey guys, this morning we do have some areas of light rain out there. Now this is all ahead of a front which is going to move through and make things pretty windy for us. Here's a look at the radar though, the Authority radar. Take a look areas in southeastern Bexar County between Boltville and East Central High School. That's where we've got one of these showers right now working its way along 87. Just an isolated shower. Everywhere else things are pretty much dry. There are a few showers, though, south of San Antonio and into Atascosa County. Shower just moved through Pleasanton and Jourdanton. It's moving through Poth right now toward Falls City at the moment. This is, again, all ahead of a cool front, which is moving through as we speak in the hill country, and it's going to make things very, very windy today. But it's not raining everywhere. In fact, we've got a few peaks of sunshine to start the day outside. 56 degrees, north winds at 12 miles per hour. But here's the thing. We're just now starting to see winds gust up to about 20 miles per hour. It is going to get windy today. That's the big weather story today. Wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour, all because of this front that is moving through Texas. And this same system that's bringing the front through San Antonio is going to create headaches across areas in the Midwest for travel. As you know, it's a domino effect. Once one airport deals with weather delays, a lot of airports deal with weather delays. It's a big travel day, too. If you're traveling across Texas on the roads, there's not going to be much of an issue weather-wise except for the winds. Again, temperatures are falling behind this front. It's 35 in Abilene, 36 in Midland, 20s in the Panhandle. We're not going to get down to freezing in San Antonio, but we are going to see a few mornings in the 30s and in the 40s. And again, the big story here today is the winds. If you're traveling on east and west winds, I'm thinking about I-10 from San Antonio to Houston, you're going to have to be dealing with that wind from the north. So watch out for those high profile vehicles. That is the big story today. Winds are going to be gusting up to 35 miles per hour. Later on this week, though, we are going to have cold mornings and cool afternoons. As the kids head back to school, make sure to bundle them up. Mornings in the 30s and 40s, afternoons only in the 50s. And our next rain chance is Thursday. So let's talk about the day today and the winds. Winds are going to be sustained from the north at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures staying in the 50s all day. We'll see mostly cloudy skies this afternoon and a high right around 59. Windy all day long until the sun sets, and that's when winds are going to start to calm a little bit. But we're still going to see mostly cloudy skies. It's going to get chilly in the 40s by 9 p.m. Here's a look at neighborhood highs. Cooler than average. Our average high this time of year is 69. It'll be 55 in Bernie, 55 in Bulverde, 62 in Hondo, 57 in Canyon Lake, 59 in New Braunfels, 62 in Pleasanton, and in Floresville, 62 in Uvalde. Chilly mornings and cool afternoons. That's the story for this week. Take a look at tomorrow morning. 40 degrees and a high of only 58. Tuesday, 39 degrees. We're going to stay above freezing. We don't have to worry about a freeze. We still have yet to see our first freeze in San Antonio this year. Highs only in the 50s through most of the week. We warm up a little bit on Thursday, and that's because we're going to have some more moisture in the air. And Thursday is our next best rain chance. We'll see some scattered showers as a result of this low pressure system moving through on Thursday. Right now, we're calling it about a 40% chance on Thursday. That's a good chance for rain. Otherwise, again, get ready for the chilly mornings and the cool afternoons. This cold front, the cooler air, sticking around for a few days. We'll be back in the 70s, though, by Friday and Saturday.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Time now 6:50, 56 degrees.
Okay, hundreds of people now without a place to live.
Oh, no.
And we've talked about this after Life at Sea cruises cancels. They canceled it, Max.
Canceled it.
Their 3-year cruise. After the break, why it had to be canceled and what's being done for those passengers.
I was advocating for us to go live there.
Oh, that would have been fun.
That would have been real fun. All right, taking a live look out of the roadways. Everything is smooth sailing. We know people wrapping up those 4-day weekends. Coming back. If you are out and about, drive safe, be smart. If anything pops up, we'll keep you posted. Good morning and welcome back. So we told you about this when it first got released. It was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime, but now it's not even happening. Life at Sea Cruises says they had to cancel their 3-year inaugural cruise because, get this, they didn't have a boat.
Ooh, this bad logistics behind this planning. The voyage was originally due to depart from Istanbul on November 1st after being postponed twice and relocated to Amsterdam. The cruise, it's officially off.
So here's the thing. It sounds like kind of a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Passengers now out hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because remember, you live on the cruise for 3 years. You had to pay a lot of money. Some say they don't have anywhere to go. They've either sold or rented their homes, all in anticipation of this round-the-world voyage.
Wait, are they getting their money back?
You hope so.
Okay, so Life at Sea Cruises says it is working to refund passengers, but that will take a few months. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We got to think about the logistics because they probably took the customers' money and used that to pay for some of the cruise amenities. So then it's a whole process, and then at the end of the day, they might have to file bankruptcy.
Not selling my house. Nope.
No. All right. Well, hey, on the opposite side of the spectrum, what about winning a few $1,000s? An accident ends with one man in Illinois winning a $25,000 lotto ticket.
It all happened after the winner stopped at his usual spot to buy his 10 or 20 chance ticket when the clerk accidentally gave him 10 chances on each ticket.
Good for him. So he won $25,000 because he matched 5 of the numbers he drew correctly. Now, the lucky winner says he plans to use the money, travel, and then save the rest, and he can't travel on the cruise for right now.
Oh.
Yeah, but good for you.
Good
Quick
for you.
$25K. What a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. $25K for life. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Time now, 6:55, 56 degrees.
Here's a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, massive travel day for millions hitting the roads and the skies heading home from the holiday weekend. The TSA joins us live this morning with what to expect, and our weather team has the latest on that post-Thanksgiving storm. And overseas in the war between Israel and Hamas, the temporary ceasefire holding as we learn more about the latest hostage prisoner exchange and some Israelis who are held captive begin to reunite with their families. Plus, the 3-year cruise trip around the world that was suddenly canceled and what some passengers are saying now. That's all ahead right here on GMA.
All right, take a look at the radar right now. You can see that there's an isolated shower moving out near Calveras Lake, near Devine, and southern Wilson County seeing some rain right now through Atascosa County, too, closer to Charlotte. Now, the big story today are going to be the winds. That front is moving through as we speak, gusts up to 30, 35 miles per hour through this morning. Winds will eventually calm this evening. It's going to be a cool day. Highs only in the 50s all day for us. Windy, mostly cloudy. Again, temperatures will fall into the 40s tonight. We'll be in the low 40s and upper 30s for the mornings the next couple of mornings, with highs only in the 50s through Wednesday. It's going to be back into the 70s on Friday and Saturday. There is a chance for rain on Thursday. Looking good so far for rain on Thursday.
All right.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to take an hour-long break. We'll see you back here, 8 o'clock.
See y'all at 8.